Why, hello there, guys, and welcome back to my channel. You are watching Art with Lita, and you guessed it, I am Lita. Today, I am working in a Stillman and Birn sketchbook. It is a Zeta series, and I have gotten out my Ohuhu paper-friendly markers to see if I can get something very bright and very vibrant on the paper today. The moment I saw this reference photo, all I could see was a heart. I think they form the perfect little heart, and I got my heart shape by just putting a heart shape on a bit of printer paper. I printed it out and I cut it out, and then I just put it down on top of my sketchbook and traced it so that I could get a perfect heart shape. Now I had to print out a couple different sizes to get the perfect size. And after that, I just went in and I free-handed sketched in the horses. I want to continue my theme of blue/turquoise and a pinkish reddish color like I did with the other little pony I made the other day. And this time, I want it to be a very clear male and female horse here. And it looks like the female's giving him, a little kiss on the cheek or something, or maybe whispering something in his ear. And I don't know, I just thought it was sweet, cute, whatever you want it to be. As usual, I am putting down my lights first. And as I put the color down, I am trying to go with the direction of the fur. I'm not perfectly going with the direction of the fur, but I'm giving it an attempt. We'll leave it at that, because these markers, they do leave a streakiness on the page. And even though the streakiness does disappear mostly once you get a few layers down, at the same time, there is still a bit of a direction there when it's all said and done. So I wanted the direction showing in the marker strokes to be the same direction that the fur is on the horse. I'm just going through and I'm getting her all done up. And like I said, I want this to be bright. I want it to be colorful. I want it to be happy. And I think these markers are the perfect choice for something like that. They're very vibrant colors here. I don't think there's hardly any pastel tones at all. The part where I'm putting in this very light pink color is where the sunlight is hitting her directly. Now I think that's a purple marker, but you can see it looks almost black once it's layered up with all the red and pink that's there. And that's because she was just lacking those deep, dark shadows and just lacking some dimension. So even though I hadn't originally planned on using it, I did get it out and just darkened certain sections of her up. And I'm glad I did. I think she looks much better that way. Isn't she pretty? Now, this is a highly edited version of this video. On Friday, I will be releasing the full version so you can take a look at it and see step by step every single stroke as I make them. And you will be able to see the entire process. Now, that video will not have any talking. It'll just be some forest sounds or some bird sounds or something like that. Just something very gentle and very calming. Now, for the little boy pony, I'm going in and I'm just putting down a layer of blue first. The lights go down first, as always. And then I'm just going to establish my shadow areas before I slowly build in all my darks and eventually reach my darkest darks. Whenever you're doing something like this, never think to yourself, oh, I'm drawing the side of the neck, or I'm drawing an ear, I'm coloring in an ear. Always just look at the shapes. Look at the general shape of whatever it is you're drawing. That way, your brain won't trick you into drawing it or painting it in a way that's not true. When you paint and draw according to shape, you're actually going to get a far more accurate representation. These little ponies were so fluffy. I just loved them. I am going in and adding just a few texture strokes just to try to represent that fur there. They did have quite a thick, furry coat. These markers really are such a joy to work with. They don't tear up the paper at all. You can easily put down 10 layers or so on decent quality paper before the paper starts to show signs of stress. And that's 10 or so layers, one on top of the other, without giving any time to dry at all. And they're just nice. They're just a joy to work with. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for the set, but I didn't pay that much. So in my mind, these were definitely worth it. Now, they are not water soluble, so for me, that's a little bit of a point against them, because I absolutely love things that are water soluble. It's just so exciting to put a wet paintbrush to the color and see it just explode and dissolve all over the page. I just absolutely love that. But these, unfortunately, do not react that way to water. But at the same time, they're just a lot of fun. It's a fun set to have to play with. There I'm testing out what kind of colors I want the grass to be. I did want it to be something fairly neutral. So I'm going to put down some brown first to dull out the bright of the green. In the end, not hardly any brown will show, just the green. See how it's possible to layer up the colors like that to ultimately achieve a different color? There we have a nice dulled out green without being too vibrant. That way all the focus is just on the ponies. I did decide to color in the entire background of the heart with the same color. I didn't want to bring the focus away from the ponies at all, so I don't know how realistic that is or not, but I thought it would look nice just to have them all surrounded by that green color as if they're standing in this large field of grass up in the hills somewhere. You know, two little wild ponies. If you enjoy my content, please remember to give me a like and a subscribe. It does help my channel a lot. You can always depend on horse videos from me, lots of horse art and other types of art, but mostly horses. Well, that's all I got for you today. Be blessed. Lita out.